Anne, tell me about Marchlands, because you loved working on this, didn't you?
Yes, I think it was, honestly, just about the happiest job I've ever worked on. I don't know why that was. It was just that the whole situation, that usually you like one or two people on a job, but I mean, I don't know that this means a lot to the viewers, but the director was gorgeous, the producer was heaven, the makeup were lovely, the wardrobe, the other actors, the whole thing, you know, the crew. It was a joy going into work. That's quite rare, actually. I mean, you often get some people you like, but on this, I was totally happy.
And you were filming upstairs, downstairs over in Cardiff, weren't you?
Yes, there was one week when I was Mrs. Thackeray in Upstairs, Downstairs on Tuesday and Thursday, and I was Ruth Bowen, which is what I am in this, on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and I thought, oh gosh, I'm a real actress now.
Tell me about your character, Ruth.
Well, she's very sad because Jodie Whittaker plays the younger version of me, and I wore contact lenses because I've got blue eyes and she's got brown eyes. That was a new experience. I have lost a child when she was 6 years old, and my whole life is spent trying to find out. I was told she ran off, which she never ever did. And I'm convinced that this is not the truth, and I'm trying to find out the whole of my life what happened to her. But the leading character in this is really the house. Marchlands is the lead, is played by Marchlands, because it's all about this house with this history and with this ghost child in it. And I love it because it is a ghost story. I don't know if you believe in ghosts, but I do. And it's so nice there's not violence in it as such, you know, and to get away from all the guns and the cops and the robbers. And, you know, it is what my mum would, I've said this many times, my mum would have called a very good yarn. It's an old-fashioned ghost story, and I think we need something like that now.
You do have a sort of, you do believe in auras and feelings and atmospheres. Tell me about that.
Well, I do. I mean, I'm not exactly psychic, but I'm never surprised when things happen. I mean, I'll tell you a funny story. I don't know if it was many years ago when I was doing Dinner Ladies, and I talked to my parents, because I was very, very close to my parents, very fond of my parents and my three brothers. And I said one day to my father, if you can hear me, Daddy, send me a sign. And the next day, or about 2 days later, I got a letter from a man with a picture of a mountain in the hill in North Yorkshire called Rosebery Top Inn. And it was the only day I ever remember going out with my father when he came home from the war, because I didn't see a lot of him when I was very young. And we walked up that hill, and it freaked me out.
Didn't you also dream about or have a suspicion about the MBE or something when you were going to get that?
Yes. Well, I met this girl on holiday who said I read tea leaves, and I thought, yeah, you know, I didn't, even I believe that. And she read them for me, and she started to shake and cry and said, this was in April, and I have a recording of it. You're going to be given the moon this summer, and she said, you're going to think you don't deserve it. And I was thinking, you know, what job could I possibly think I don't deserve? And when I was talking to the Cabinet Office, and he said, we'd like to put your name before the Queen for an MBE. And I said, what? I said, I don't deserve an MBE. I said, you know, and as I said it, I thought, oh, and it was strange, very strange. Yeah. Oh, I do believe in all those things, and I think things, and you know, they sort of come true. I don't get anything useful like the lottery numbers or anything like that. That would be nice.
But you haven't seen a ghost?
I haven't. No. I'd love to. I mean, I think it would be magical. I wouldn't want to be alone in my house, in that great big Marchlands house, like at midnight, and see one. But I'd be very happy to see one like now. You know, if somebody came and sat down next to me now, I'd be very happy.
And
from the other world.
Why did you want to get involved in this project? Because it's an interesting concept,
It's a good script.
Yeah, tell me about that.
That's the reason why you want, it's a very good, interesting part. And it's nice to do some drama. I've done such a lot of comedy, which I'm not complaining about at all. But I sort of am hungry to do some real drama now. And that was nice, to be able to get your teeth into a nice, meaty drama.
Stephen, the writer, has also written for Doctor Who, which you've been in as well, and Doctor Who fans watching this will remember you as one of the monsters.
I know. And David Tennant behaved extremely badly. He laughed as I sucked his blood out of his neck with a straw. And it was really a shame, because they said, could you make some noises? And my grandson had been born about, I don't know, 2 years before, and I remembered all the sort of that, and I was going, and they said it was too horrific, and they they cut it. Oh,
but it's very interesting to have all these 3 different periods and entwining. The director's done very well there.
Yes. Yes, I mean, I hope people will be able to follow that. And of course, characters of different ages, as I am Jodie Whittaker later on, and I think that's fairly clear. But there are quite a lot of other characters that are in 2 different periods. And it's asking, the audience have got to concentrate, but I think it looks very classy, doesn't it? I love the house and the garden and the countryside. And
it's intriguing, a real mystery, and your character, it's suffering from this terrible grief and what it does to her relationship, the family, and back in the 60s,
yes.
It was terribly tense, wasn't it?
Yes, because nobody really took her husband, and her mother-in-law and father-in-law didn't really take her seriously when she said, I feel my child is here, and I feel that something is wrong, and I want to find out what happened to her. Everybody was saying, forget it, get over it, and she didn't want to, as I wouldn't.
And how did you get into that place? I mean, you've got a family yourself. I mean, it's horrible.
Oh, that wasn't hard.
Yeah.
That wasn't hard. I just thought what it would be like. I mean, that's the thing about drama. It's often much easier. I'm not saying anything is easy, but it's easier than comedy, because you don't have to get laughs. You just have to really get under the skin of something and really think about, not acting, about really thinking what you would feel like if your child was taken from you. I mean, just terrible, just terrible.
Finally, how would you entice the viewers to tune in and watch Marchlands? What has it got for them?
I just think it's brand new, and in this time of that we are all the time that the television is filled with people chasing each other with guns and cars, and this is about people and about relationships, and it is a old-fashioned ghost story, which I think people love a good story, don't they? And Marchlands has got a very, very good mystery. It's a good mystery.